What would you do if the cars you care for started caring back in ways that chilled your soul? The calm before the fear. Sometimes, the places we think we know hide secrets we're not prepared to face. My name is Messi. I've been working at a luxury car showroom for 3 years now. It's the kind of job where the days are bustling with customers marveling at the latest cars, and the nights are silent, filled with the hum of engines that haven't been started in weeks. My best friend, Ronaldo, works with me. We make the perfect team. Ronaldo handles the customers with ease, his charm unmatched, while I manage the paperwork and inventory. Our late-night shifts often involve endless banter, mock arguments about who the better footballer is, obviously me, and the occasional scary story to liven up the silence. The first sign of trouble. It started with a sound small, unnoticeable at first, but impossible to ignore. One Friday night, after closing up the showroom, Ronaldo and I were finishing some paperwork. The showroom, with its gleaming cars and reflective glass walls, felt eerily still. "Do you hear that?" Ronaldo asked suddenly, his voice low. I paused. There was a faint shuffling sound, like someone dragging their feet across the tiled floor. We exchanged glances. Maybe the cleaner forgot something, I suggested. We walked around, checking the offices, the break room, and the display floor. Nothing, but the sound persisted. It seemed to follow us, growing louder when we stopped and softer when we moved. The whispering shadows. Not everything you see can be explained, and some things should never be seen at all. The next few nights were worse. One evening, as Ronaldo was checking the key rack, he let out a frustrated sigh. "Messi, did you move the keys for the Aston Martin?" I shook my head. Why would I touch that? I've been at my desk. The keys were gone, only to reappear hours later on the seat of the Aston Martin itself. Neither of us could explain how they got there. Then there were the whispers, low, unintelligible murmurs that seemed to come from nowhere. At first, I thought it was the air conditioning, but when the system was off, the whispers continued. One night, as I passed by the showroom's main display window, I saw something or someone, a shadow, faint and fleeting, standing by one of the cars. "Ronaldo, did you see that?" I called out. He came over, but the shadow was gone. "You've been watching too many horror movies," he joked, but I could tell by his uneasy smile that he wasn't convinced. Locked in and terrified, when the doors locked, we realized escape wasn't just physical. It was psychological. Things came to a head one stormy night. Ronaldo and I were finishing up inventory when the automatic door system malfunctioned. No matter how many times we tried the override, the doors wouldn't budge. "Great, we're stuck," Ronaldo muttered, pulling out his phone to call for help. Just then, a loud knock echoed through the showroom. We froze. "Did you hear that?" Ronaldo whispered. I nodded. The knock came again, louder this time, followed by the faint sound of someone humming. The sound led us to a car we hadn't noticed before, a vintage model, sleek and black, sitting in the corner of the display floor. "What is this doing here?" I asked. "We don't even sell vintage cars." As we approached, the car's interior light flickered on, casting a dim glow on the leather seats. I felt a chill run down my spine. The haunting backstory. Some stories should never be unearthed, especially when they start involving you. Inside the car's glove compartment, Ronaldo found a bundle of old papers. They were yellowed and brittle, with faint handwriting that was hard to read. The papers told the story of the car's previous owner, a man who had been desperate to sell it after claiming it was cursed. He had died under mysterious circumstances shortly after the sale. "This can't be real," Ronaldo said, his voice trembling. The last page contained a chilling warning. "Do not disturb the car. It belongs to them now." As we read the note, the car's engine roared to life. Neither of us had touched it. The climax, fighting the unseen. When fear takes form, logic doesn't matter. Only survival does. The lights in the showroom began to flicker. The air grew thick, making it hard to breathe. "We need to get out of here," I shouted, but the doors remained locked. The car's headlights turned on, casting an eerie glow across the floor. In the beam of light, we saw it, the shadowy figure. It was standing right behind us, its outline distorted and shifting. Ronaldo grabbed my arm and we ran. The figure seemed to follow, its footsteps echoing loudly, as if mocking our desperation. When we reached the doors, they finally unlocked with a loud click. We burst out into the cold night air, gasping for breath. Aftermath. Even when you leave a haunted place, it never truly leaves you. We never went back. Ronaldo quit the next day, and I followed soon after. Weeks later, I heard the showroom had been sold to new owners. Rumors began to spread about strange incidents. Keys disappearing, lights flickering, and employees hearing whispers in the dead of night. I still have nightmares about that figure. Ronaldo refuses to talk about it, but I know he remembers. The car? I never found out what happened to it. But sometimes, when I'm driving late at night, I feel like I'm being followed by headlights that don't belong to any car I've ever seen.